And we are live, queuing up the theme song now. And let's go. Let's try that again.
It's time to real. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. You got a question for it's time to get some answers, baby. Now we get
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality Radio with yours truly, Global Happiness Specialist, Rebecca L. Norrington, Happiness Specialist, Inner Peace Practitioner, Oracle, student, mother, fitness instructor, the list, author, the list goes on and on and on. But, it's really not about it's not about the titles. It's not about the accomplishments. It's not about yesterday, what was. It's the when I say happiness, I'm talking about an energy, a personal energy, how to maintain a personal energy, a personal vibration of contentment. How do you maintain this vibration of peace? And the good news is, and when I talk about happiness, it is about an energy. It's not about something happens and now I'm happy. It is an energy. And how do you maintain it? And how do you sustain it? And the good news, I said that already. The news is the attention, is that it is a practice skill like anything else. Happiness, contentment, inner peace is a practice, just like any other practice, just like any other professional practice, from being an athlete. There's a game 7 on today. An athlete, a musician, a chef, a landscaper, a painter, a speaker, an author. It is a practice, but the question is to each individual as to how much do you value, how much do you prioritize this energy, this vibration of peace and contentment. And I have to say, as I clear my throat, hold on a second. And I have to say that I don't know about you, but I wasn't taught. I wasn't taught at a very early age of what to prioritize other than what the world prioritizes. When I hear this word successful, they were successful. What does that really mean? That the bank account is full, that the titles behind the name is endless. What does success really mean? And it is a programmed concept. And when I talk about programmed, I'm talking about the idea and the beliefs that we, myself, all received and believe that success means, you fill in the blank. I'm going to give you my definition of success. Success is success for, and I use air quotes, this Rebecca character, because the entity, this identifying with a person or identifying with a presence, it's also a practice. But if you asked me, and you just did, success is the ability to live and stay in the present moment. Success is the knowledge that I know that I know the truth about this journey called life. And the truth is, this is a quick blink of an eye experience that consciousness, presence, God, the universe, whatever concept, whatever you want to label it, is experiencing. It's not my experience. This is God's experience. This is the universe's experience. And the unhappiness, the dissatisfaction comes in. Boy, am I shot out of a cannon today, as usual. The dissatisfaction comes in from believing and identifying with this human nature, this human being, this human person. And I'm telling you, at 69 years old, there is a deep separation coming. And when I say separation, I'm talking about knowing the difference between the ego and the mind, and knowing the difference between the ego and the mind, and the truth about what this is, which is presence having an experience. But oh no, the world says that this is it. And there are judgments about the experience, and there are judgments and expectations about what should be happening. There is resistance to the present moment. There is resistance to what is. And that resistance, I don't know about you, but every time I'm identifying as a human and I resist what is, there ain't no happiness. The suffering is right around the corner, and the suffering comes from believing that there is something more that should be happening in the present moment, or believing that this present moment shouldn't be happening. And in fact, it's interesting. I know what kind of world I live in. I mean, I'm not walking around here with my head in the sand most of the time. And sometimes I come out from air, but there are things that are happening in this world that the human mind, and I'm speaking for myself, is so difficult to comprehend and to say, why all of the anguish, the killing, the war. What is the purpose? Put on a seatbelt for this. Put on a seatbelt. It pains me to even hit you with this. But the sun shines on the serial killer and the Pope. It is the human mind and the human programming that believes A, B, C, D, E, F, G is not supposed to be happening. I know it's a difficult concept to get, but that's when the practice of trust comes in, that trust that there is a purpose for all of it. I was going to say that yesterday there was in the news. In fact, I tape all of my television shows, my Judge Judy, my Family Feud, and Survivor, and occasional and sports, and some, the playoffs, basketball playoffs. Anyway, so there was a commercial, and scratch that, not a commercial, but there was a news bulletin that came on instead of Judge Judy. and because I don't watch the news anyway, there was a shooting at a gym. There was an active shooter, and there were people that were injured. I believe one person was killed. I believe that the shooter was also killed. Anyway, I don't pin me down to any details. I don't pay attention to any of that specifically, but the point is, I realize what's going on in the world. And when you are programmed to put which is the topic of today's show, find another perspective. If you want peace, find another perspective if you really want peace. And when I say peace, I'm not talking about, oh, the world is going to be peaceful. I'm talking about an internal peace. How to journey, how to navigate through all of this turmoil turmoil, confusion. Some people label it evil. How do you do that and maintain peace? All of it is a practice, and it also is a trust. But the practice comes from knowing the truth about this journey. And so there was a shooting, and of course, it's not, everything's fine. No, but when you are programmed to believe that things happen and there is no concept of expanding consciousness and expanding a sense of awareness that there is a purpose for all of it. I mean, in nature, look to nature, there is a purpose for all of it. And if you are serious about or prioritize this inner peace, then there is something there are practices that will keep you grounded and rooted in peace, foundational peace, meaning that's the core, that's the core of who I am. And so when I talk about there is this mind, there is one thing I'm letting you know, this is the truth beyond, that the mind and the ego does not want peace. Not only does it not want peace, cannot even get to a point of analyzing and coming up with a solution to peace. It is impossible. It is an entity that feeds on dissatisfaction, that feeds on imbalance, that feeds on something is wrong. It's fuel. And when a person realizes that this mind is a saboteur of peace, and it's actually, peace is the kryptonite. What I practice is just witnessing the mind. I don't mean to be yelling at you. This is a topic that is so deep that when you practice witnessing what the mind does, as opposed to identifying with it and getting to a place of allowing that the mind takes you here, and all of the emotions that come with it, and all of the expectations, and all of the judgments that come with it. The mind is not about peace, and there is no way that I'm going to speak for myself, been practicing this shit, 45 years now, 45 years plus. There is no way that this mind is going to take me to a place of peace. And just knowing that is empowering. It's just like there is no way you're going to clean dirty dishes with a rag that's just been outside in the mud. So just practice knowing the difference and practice being aware of the difference. The mind is not, when I say is not a friend, the mind is not, and not to hate on it, but just to recognize its components and to recognize what its purpose is. And its purpose is, hey, Jay. And the mind's purpose is to, what's up? Aloha, Jay. I'm so glad to be with you today. So I'm talking about how the mind, and it is so tricky. The mind plays games with the mind. And again, there is no way that the mind is going to come up with a solution that's going to bring me peace. Absolutely none. And so when I'm at 69 years old, 69, don't tell anybody, 69 years old, and finally to the point where recognizing the mind and putting it here and putting it not on a timeout, but knowing the difference, and not really getting into the mind play. The mind play is what's causing all the suffering. The mind play is what's saying that there is something wrong out there in the world. And you know what's going on inside of you when your perspective, when you share your perspective about the world. And that's why I say everything is in order, period. So if the mind does not want peace, that's right. How does the mind coexist with happiness all the time? It doesn't. So when I say, thanks for the question, how does the mind coexist with happiness? The mind, it is impossible. It's impossible. That's why I'm saying knowing the difference. It's really a practice of separating Rebecca. Separating, I have two identities now. I discovered another one, mom. Separating this mom identity and separating Rebecca. And so when I talk about happiness, it's not about happiness all the time. It's about an energy of contentment all the time. That's a big difference. It's a different kind of concept, an energy of contentment all the time. Is that possible? Yes. So contentment, happiness, peace, all of it is the same vibration. I'm talking about a vibration here. And what do you do? What do you practice? Thanks for asking. So what do I practice? Because it is a practice, ongoing. And you know this. Hold on a second. You know this, my dear friend. One of these days we're going to meet too. Are you, oops, crap. You know what I just did? I have a water bottle and of course the top is not on it. And I just spilled it all over the desk. Thank goodness it didn't spill on the laptop. Hold on. Now, did you notice how when the water spilled, you didn't see the water, but the water spilled, did you get any kind of sense from my vibration? Oh, the water spilled. All of that is a programmed reaction. And that's what I'm talking about. The water spilling. It could have been what happened to me yesterday. Thank you for asking. What happened yesterday? Was it yesterday? No. It was the day before. It was Friday. Okay, it was Friday. And so I'm at an appointment with my attorney with a 7-year legal. 7 year, I should put a top on this water bottle before it spills again. 7-year battle with this attorney regarding mother gifting the house to the handyman. And so anyway, when I get back to the car, it's, in Vegas, it's really hot. Guess what? It doesn't start. Now this car is a very reliable. It's been serviced since I purchased it. But it doesn't start. I push the button, it goes tick, 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 tick. Nothing. So after about 20 minutes of that, get on the phone with Geico. They're sending out a tow truck. And so this is my point. My point is there a with the water spilling? So your reactions are programmed, or you are just living, scratch that, not living, but just experiencing this life without here or here. Now, I'm not talking about that the emotions, you don't have emotions here or here, but I'm talking about not, this happened. That is what the programming is. And getting back to what to practice. Back to the car. Listen to what the universe does to yours truly, because I'm up here, I'm a happiness specialist, Lord, and it pushes, the mind pushes every button. The mind, the ego pushes every button that Rebecca, I call them Rebecca's carrots, that are known to push Rebecca's buttons. I mean, they're just It's instant. It's instant, just like a robot. Rebecca is responding, and so okay. So then I call the tow truck is coming out. 45 minutes. 45 minutes ETA. Well, 45 minutes goes by, and guess what? I get a phone call from the tow truck, and the ETA is going to be extended for another hour. Now, God doesn't care about this. The universe doesn't care about this. Presence awareness doesn't care about it, but Rebecca surely does. What? What do you mean another hour? And it is such a setup. Whenever your buttons are being pushed, know that it is the mind, the ego saying that this should not be happening. But I'm here to tell you that if whatever is happening with you personally or even in the world, it's supposed to be happening. The mind that pushes the buttons, or the perception. Yes, it's the mind that says, or the perception of the environment. Listen, awareness and presence, there is no story. There are no thoughts. It is the mind that says something is wrong. And that's what I'm saying. Really, really pay attention to who is driving this car. And when when Rebecca's mind is driving, she instantly reacts. It's just like a stupid question. And Rebecca has so many carrots about, and judgments, same thing. It's just another carrot. And that's when I talk about that's the topic today of finding another perspective. And if I can't find another perspective, I'm using I. If Rebecca can't find another perspective, because Rebecca is the mind, this identity. When Rebecca can't find another perspective, I just jump into automatic mode and just say, I trust that whatever is happening for my betterment. I'm trusting it, and it's really practicing being that aware. I trust that whatever is happening for my betterment, higher awareness, more, just another level of being. And it's not easy. Back to the car. Guess what? After 2 hours of waiting for a tow truck, you heard me, 2 hours. The gentleman asks for the keys and the car starts. The car starts. And I was told that the car probably needs a battery. It's a 2021 car. And after, 4 years, 5 years, the car needs a battery. I mean, I maintain the car pretty good, service the car pretty good, not pretty good, very good. Fast forward to Saturday, which was yesterday. I take it, and one of the things that Rebecca does not like to do is go to the dealer. But it's a Saturday, and the mechanic that usually works on the car doesn't work on Saturday. I needed to, because one of the things that listen to this one, there was a warning, a little orange triangle. It looked like a red triangle with an exclamation point on the dash, flashing. And I'm looking up on YouTube what does that mean? And all of the videos I watched said, do not rushing on the dash. The car got I drove the car. Yeah, check light, whatever it is. And listen, this is how crazy this woman is. The owner's manual is still in the cellophane. I refuse to read any manual. I hate it. Rebecca hates it. You see how you know the difference though? Rebecca hates, there's so many things, there's so many preferences. So Rebecca would rather just go on YouTube and find out what to do. Bottom line is I called a Toyota yesterday, talked to the serviceman, and I said, yeah, there's a red triangle that stays on, light that stays on. And the service gentleman said, no bueno, bring the car in. Do you know, out of all of that, but there was a $200 fee for diagnostic test. Now, listen, Rebecca is not cheap, but Rebecca knows the difference between taking a car to a dealer, which is 3 times more, or a mechanic. This is all a test. There's all Rebecca's carrots. And you, my dear audience, and you, my dear Jay, have your carrots too. And I would love for you to share, if you want to share, what your carrots are. I'm going to guess 1 carrot, Jay, since I know you a little bit. I know you a little bit. One of the things that my dear Jay does or notices is what other people are doing, and others. And so one of the program behaviors, and I've shared this with you a lot. One of the behaviors is staying out of other people's business and staying and not wanting more for them, but it still comes back to the mirror. This, when I get to listen, trust me, I'm not up here because I got my own shit. So trust me, I know what mine is. And I'm on it. And this preconceived idea of what I should be paying for a damn battery, I found out it's the battery. It's the battery. Do you know how much that I was charged to get a battery at the dealer? I can't even, I will tell you. And if I had, because my plan was, if it was the battery, just to get it at Costco and then have it installed. Which is, but Costco doesn't install batteries. They sell batteries at a really good price, but they don't install it. So at the dealer, it's $40 to install a battery. But guess what? How much it is to purchase a battery at the dealer, at the Toyota dealer? It was $389. I'm making that point only because Rebecca really has a problem with just the 380. Yeah, very close. 389. Rebecca has a problem with, and the program's throwing away money. Now, let me really dissect this. It's not throwing away money, because Rebecca does throw money away on certain things that she likes, but being forced to throw away, being held hostage, to force to pay. It's like going into the jewelry mart and paying retail. What? Retail? Rebecca hates that. And just the twisting and the turning and the, do you have any discounts for seniors? Yeah, I asked that question. But here's the key, and I'm so glad that I'm sharing this. Here's the key. I went beyond the mind. I transcended the mind, and I said, God, the universe, wanted to spend $389 for a battery, wanted to spend that extra, wanted to get ripped off, wanted to be ripped off paying $389, because guess what? That is peace. That other grappling back and forth and the dealer is ripping me off, all that's not peace. but God wants it. The universe wanted to pay $389. And so who number one, who's going to win? Who's going to experience that? And I want to really share that goes for you too. Whatever is happening, it's not your journey. It's not this human journey, this personal journey. It is God's journey, and God apparently wanted to shell out $389. That's the only way that I was able to even listen. I'm still shaking it off a little bit. But yeah, that is a different perspective. And that is something that I'm practicing now with everything. All of it, from finances to relationships to, in fact, my son and I had a show. We were doing a show. It's mother and son making sense out of nonsense. And we had a disagreement. And guess what? We're not doing the show. And we actually filmed 70 episodes. That's over a year. That's over a year of taping those shows. And for some reason, and which is what I'm coming to the conclusion, I was attached to the show. My son was attached to the show. And the universe said, you want peace? 0 attachments. For what will we do the show again? Who knows? But 0 attachments. If there is an attachment, know that there is no peace. If there is an attachment to how you believe that the world should look like, there is no peace. If there is an attachment to anything, there is never going to be any peace. This is a horrible life I'm living. Scratch that. I'm joking. This experience now, I don't have any wiggle room. It's all in my face. Find another perspective, Rebecca. Find God's perspective. Find God's perspective. I don't have to look far. It's what's happening. God, if it's what's happening, this is God's plan. And it's only the mind, it's only my mind that says something needs to change. And that's when I say, I can't stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. And I have conversations with the ego. I have conversations with my mind. I know that this is happening for a reason. I'm happy with it. What is the difference between experience and wisdom? Well, that's a philosophical question. I don't like those, but I'm going to experience and wisdom. It's really another man-made human concept. Wisdom. What is wisdom? I believe wisdom is knowing the truth about this journey. Wisdom is knowing the truth that I am more than just this human. Experience is wisdom is having a concept, a concept that okay, this seatbelt, Jay. All of this that's happening, all of this experience is meaningless. All of this experience is ultimately meaningless. That's wisdom. The experience is just what it is. How's that for an answer? That was a great question. Thank you for stretching it out. Yeah, wisdom is knowing that it's all going to be over, that everything that happens is meaningless. I mean, this planet's going to burn up in the sun's going to explode in a billion years or so. Then why am I speaking for myself, holding on to something so tight? And this is so important. holding on to something so important. One of the things that I share in my book, Program for Unhappiness, Exposing the Untold Truth, it's on Amazon, is that there is a is Genghis Khan. I mean, this guy supposedly, owned so much land. I mean, he was a big deal. He was a big deal back in the day. Guess what he is now? He's an item on a Mongolian restaurant. All of this shit is meaningless. Does Rebecca want to believe that? No. Does the mind want to believe that? No. Does the ego want to believe that and dig into that? No. How can I put meaning on something that will not be here is not going to last? The mind really hates that. Give me another question if you have another question. How about give me a question, something that you're being challenged by? I always hit you with that. I always hit you with that, Jay. What are you challenged by? Let's go. Looking out at the world and seeing all the hell. How about, is there a way for me to look out? Because I see all the shit too. Is there a way? And really I can't. It pains me to, when I say pains me, it pains the human side of me to even look. When I say look, to absorb. I mean, what? People being killed, babies being murdered. What? Oh, okay, that's that. No, but there is a deeper place that says that God is huh, wants all of the experiences, not just what this mind says. God wants only the good, what the human says. Oh, just this. God is freaky. He wants everything, all of it. It is really, and also wisdom. You know what else wisdom is? Knowing that I will not know, that I don't know, and being okay with not knowing, being okay with not analyzing, being, in fact, oh, this is my newest one. There are people that Rebecca just can't get why are they behaving? But guess what? But Rebecca is just able to do this. The mind is able just to do this. And my point is to practice that. You can't even see my hands now, but they're all out here. And that is the practice, getting beyond a limited perspective, getting beyond that place of, I can only see the world this way. I can only see myself this way. Even to the point, I wasn't talking to my son, but he shared a story, and it was about his two cats. And he was saying, I just want the cats when I come home, and the cats, lay on my lap, and I pet the cats. And the question is there another identity that can come up with another perspective, that cats that are just bouncing around and energetic and running back and forth, can that be seen as good too? Okay. Love that. I love it. Thank you, Jay. Okay. Mixed messages, doing my job properly. And so here we go. And it's very difficult. It's difficult when somebody has authority. My perspective is to not pay attention to anything anyone is saying. See now, giving you mixed messages about doing your job properly. Do you know that you're doing your job properly? That's either a yes or a no. And if you believe and think and know that you are doing your job properly, and then That's it. But being affected, being moved by it is, I'm telling you right now, that the mind will take you on a trip of, you see, you're already questioning, well, what, because someone could have a totally different intention and a different way of communicating, but you are interpreting that. You follow me? You are interpreting that your boss is giving you mixed messages. What if the boss is just speaking the way that he or she speaks? See, I'm coming to this analyzing. There is nothing more that the mind loves to do than analyze a situation to its death. I thought I was doing my job. Then he wrote me, wrote you up. Okay. Okay. Wrote you up for an incident. Incident. Okay. So then this is what, okay. And there are some people that are assholes, and there are some people that are mean, and there are some people that just use this power of being a boss or a manager or a supervisor. There's some people that are just assholes about it. So this is what I would do. I know this is a killer. This is a killer. Thought you do. Did you really think you were doing your job properly? Did you really believe that? There wasn't any kind of intuition or a vibration or some kind of some kind of intuitive insight that there was something up? That's a question. Either yes or no. Was there something that was in that you had, that there may be something off? So or are you saying you're just totally blindsided? Because that's a difference. I thought I was doing my job properly. Then he wrote me up for an incident. So there's two things. I mean, you're either getting blindsided, or there is an inkling, or there is a something's up here. And I'm feeling, I may be off, that you're not really vibing with this person. The energy may not feel, scratch that, may not feel. The energy doesn't feel, what's the compatible. Because if the energy is compatible, and it's very easy to talk to people when your energy is compatible. He said, well, he was verbally knowledgeable of doing a great job. He wrote you up, and he wrote you up for an incident. Okay, we got two things going now. It has nothing to do with Scorpios. It's Sagittarius. That's a bunch of program stuff too. I get it. And he just wrote you up. Doing my job. So this is what he said, a trap. So this is what I would do. This is a solution. This is what solution. And I don't know, if you could, if you can go to, in other words, if somebody isn't compatible and they're really assholes, then you either stay there and suffer, or you become a victim of another person, of an asshole, or you find another job. Okay, so he said a trap. So this is what I would do with my wisdom. No, this is what I would do. I would, and it's not easy to talk to people that are, number one, possible liars, number one, possible undermining, number three, I'm just in general, unhappy people. Unhappy people treat other people not very nice, or fairly, or unjust. Now, this is what I would do. And this is going to take a lot of transcending the ego. have a meeting. I'd like to have a meeting. And I would like I see that you said I was doing a good job, but then I was written up. To avoid any of that in the future, here we go. To avoid any of that in the future, I would like to know what I can do. And see, it's never about him. It's never about the other person. What I can do, what you would like, in this is surrendering. And I'm going to use spiritual groveling, because there's power in it. There's power in it. Spiritual groveling. And I don't mean, oh, you please. No. So what can I do so this doesn't happen again? But you come in with power. What can I do so it doesn't happen again? And then you write it down and you say, I'm going to take notes. And you know what? Oh, this is really horrible. This is horrible. This is a lot of swallowing. A weekly, you would like to request a weekly update on your performance. Now, I know this is a lot and I don't really know details, but you come from a place of power. And then you know what also too, Jay? Here we go. Put your seatbelt on. What does Jay need to learn from this? What does Jay need to what does Jay need to learn from this in order to transcend from this type of person? Because people, especially assholes, come into our lives for a reason. People that set a trap, people that did a good job and then, getting written up. There is something that Jay needs to, that not needs, but Jay can, scratch the needs. Jay can learn from this. When I say learn, I mean transcend to a place of, oh, he wrote me up. I could care less. And also know this, you already know I've talked about this before. Him writing you up, it's still not personal. It's not. I'm in the middle. He was going to fire for not speaking Oh, well then just start speaking properly. That's okay. He sounds like an asshole. And you know what assholes, oh, they're actually really easy. Because what assholes love is a resistance. What assholes love is for them to know that they are affecting you. I would just say, listen, I want to be the best employee possible. I need to do better. I want to do better. Can you help me do better? Oh, God. Yeah, this surrendering the ego is not easy. Yeah. Can you, I really would like your help with this. You see how the twist is, as opposed to, you're no victim. Show the power. Listen, there's a book, David Hawkins. It's Power versus Force. That's a power move. Help me, boss. Help me, manager. Help me, Mr. Asshole. Help me be better. You see how you're flipping it? Speaking properly. How can I speak more properly? What can I do? Now, listen, I'm not saying to stay stuck there, and I'm not saying any of that, but that is a strategy, and it works 100% of the time with an asshole. All assholes want is someone to so they can put other people down, so they can feel with this, which is an illusion, because these people that treat other people mean, the truth is that's the turmoil that they're going on, that's what's going on inside of them. The meaner people are to others, you know that the meaner they are to themselves, and it's this false of whipping on someone else or fucking with someone else. They have a false sense of bigness, if you will, but they're the most broken and hurt and traumatized. I mean, the meanest of people are the can you imagine what's going on inside of their heart? Can you imagine that? And so now we go a whole full circle of coming back to, as opposed to, pointing and saying this guy's a jerk, he's a jerk, coming back and saying, wow, I is there a way for me to find some compassion to a person that is such an asshole? And in fact, that's one of, I teach those classes, The Truth About Happiness. And I asked one of the homework questions was, list people that you don't like, or list people that you can't stand. And one person listed people that don't have compassion, people that don't have compassion for others, don't have empathy for others. And you know what yours truly did? Yours truly spun it around and said, so you don't have compassion for people without compassion. You can't find empathy for people that don't have empathy. It always comes back to the person in the mirror. That's what sucks about this practice. So you're not a victim. You're not, Jay, you're not a victim. You're not somebody that something is being done to. This is happening for you to get to another place. Wow, that was great. I love it when you share your personal questions. I do. My boss is not empathy for others. He's got that from video games. See, we go back to my boss. I'm telling you right now, Jay, this is not about looking at him and finding fault with him and finding what's wrong with him. It's getting to, let's go back to the mirror. Of course, he's not empathetic. Who cares? Who cares if someone's empathetic? And that is a judgment. He got that way from video games. You see how it's easy? You see how easy it is to paint someone else, and they're bad. They're bad. They're wrong. I'm good. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I used to do it all the time. Oh, please. They're bad. They're wrong. I'm good. I mean, I've shared before. I used to think if more people in this world thought like me, the world would be a better place. So, not empathetic for others. See, but the noticing what he is or what he isn't. And I still say, here we go. That's one perspective. You see how your mind cannot find anything peaceful about describing your boss? Do you see how your mind keeps you in a loop of finding more things that are wrong with this person, man or woman? Do you see how the mind is not going to bring you peace with anything about him? So this is your homework assignment. Should I give you 3 or 5? You're strong. 5 positive things about this motherfucker. 5. And then focus on those 5. That's number 1 assignment. Number 2, again, have a meeting. You know what? I would like to be more of an employee that, that you want me to, what do I need to do? I want to check in with you. Thank you for the incident report. You see how it's a twist? Come on now. Oh no. I'm going to a psychologist next Friday. You don't need a psychologist. You got me. You do it. I'm joking, but yeah, I love it. It's like, but the psychologist Friday, I'm honestly, it the looking out, and again coming back with Jay, coming back with your mind is not going to bring you any kind of peace ever, ever. And you know, if you're serious about this, going to psychologists, I believe you're serious now. I'm feeling it. Uh, just be mindful of their programs, because these people that have degrees, they're still programmed. But it comes back to you, my dear Jay. It comes back to you and your power. The mind doesn't want any peace, and will come and will grab at, and will find, and will bring close, and will keep going on and on and on and on about what's not peaceful. You have an assignment. But you know what? Humble it all down. Just say, I have a meeting between the manager. Humble it all down and just, hey, what do I need to do better? I want to be better. Can you help me with that? You know how powerful it is, and you know how the ego is going to choke on all of that. It's not going to be able to swallow any of it. That's how you kill the ego. That's how the ego loses its power. That's how the mind is crippled. That's how I do it. Do I do it 100% all the time? Hell no. Sometimes my mind just has to come out and be human. But no, you're not a victim. You're not a victim. You are a powerful. The other thing about you, Jay, you have such when I talk about insight, I'm talking about spiritual conscious insight, spiritual conscious makeup. I'm getting chills now. You are one of a small percentage on this planet. And you also with your what's the word, empathic, just feeling so much from outside, feeling. And I want to say that you are in exactly the place that you need to be, and are experiencing exactly what you need to experience to get to another level of peace. Of course not. Of course not. The boss doesn't want you to be better. Who cares? And who cares? Of course, he wants conformity. Can we give him what he wants? Let's give him conformity. Listen, that's power. That's power. See, but you see how the focus is always on, I'm telling you, let's come back to 5 things. You have a homework assignment. 5 things positive about this motherfucker. 5. Nobody, listen, people that are programmed are pained by lightness, pained by your light. It's painful to look into the sun. And you are light, Jay. You represent light. But there's also representing the universe, because guess what? Oh, this is going to hurt. The universe doesn't see anything wrong with this mother. The universe doesn't make a judgment about this man or woman. It's a man. The universe doesn't make a judgment about the boss. That's your mind that's doing that. You see how tricky? You see the trick? And of course, he wants conformity. Conformity, because why? Because conformity feels, these people that can only think like this, they can't do anything other than what's in their box. Can you imagine just living in a box, living in a jail cell? He only can live in a jail cell. Can we have some compassion for that? But we get to another place where it's not about him and what he can do, because anytime I'm focused on some other person and it's them, guess what I'm not doing? I'm not looking in the mirror. Wow, what a great show. That was so good, and Jay made it better. That was such a good show, and Jay made it better. And let's go. And again, of course, if you the book again, what else are we doing, Jay? It's serious and it's important. It's got serious energy and it's got important energy, and I don't think you're laughing at any of it. There is nothing you find funny. There is absolutely nothing you find any humor in. And don't think that I have I can just do this instantly, because when I'm going through my crap, when I'm going through my shit isn't funny. But know that it's not serious, it's not important, and can we find something to laugh at? I know. Poor guy. I mean, listen at this guy. Hey, listen, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah, because it was on mute. I had a message that the mic had lost connection. So anyway, I gave you your assignment. The boss doesn't want you to be better. We don't need him to, we don't need him to want you to do anything. It's not about the boss. It's about noticing the mind and how the mind doesn't want any peace. Again, we talked, I don't know if you heard this, but with the humor, can we find some humor in this too? Can we find something to laugh at? This poor boss who says, you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job. Hell, let's write him up. Can you imagine what kind of small, dark, locked in jail cell this boss is? Can you imagine? You know, it's funny because most program people, 98% of them, they can't get out of the cell. They can't get out of their cell. They can't get out of their jail cell. But you, Jay, you are not in a jail cell. That's a big difference. You're living your life outside of a jail cell. This boss is living his life inside of a jail cell. And happy people behave in a certain way. Unhappy people behave in a different way. So again, no victimhood. listen, ask, what do I need to do? How can I be? I know it's one swallow, but the ego wants you to stay right where you are. And the ego wants you to point fingers at something else. But know that what this is happening, I said it before, I just want to say it again, make sure because I have sound, is that know what are you, how are you growing from this? How are you expanding from this? What does Jay need to know? What does Jay need to practice? What does Jay need to learn? What does Jay need to realize is that it's never about anybody else, the state of the world. It's about what's going on inside. Oh, this is so easy. It's so easy to transcend the mind. Hell no. It's horrible. They put me in this position to be the world's happiness specialist, motherfuckers. Did I say that out loud? I hope there's no sound. Lighten up. Lighten up. It's not that serious. Lighten up. ST. Putting my I'm trying to open my laptop so I can play my theme song. For whatever reason. Yay! You're welcome. Let's have some sympathy for this asshole. Poor. I have to live the whole life being an asshole. Poor asshole. These assholes are miserable. They really are. And you don't need to feed into it. Be the light that you are. What happens when dark, you've heard say this, you're on the light, the darkness, be the light. It's not that serious, J2. Come on. It's meaningless. This life is meaningless. We're gonna be checked out in soon. Meaningless. Oh, Jay, I don't know if you've ever listened, but I've said it before, but on YouTube, on Google YouTube, it's called Must Watch Satsang. Must watch Satsang, Satsang. Must watch Satsang. I will not start with your problem. I will not start with your problem. I will start with you. It's from Moji, Mooji, and start listening at 28. Don't start listening from the beginning. Start listening at 28. It's powerful, life-changing, and I highly recommend Moji. And also the other Jay, it's really, really good YouTube channel. Really good videos, 15 minutes, 18 minutes. The channel is called Soulless Fox, SOLACE Fox. It is a great channel on YouTube. I highly recommend that. It's so good. So I'm going to leave you with both of those. Not only me, but just letting you know that I listen to both. Don't think I'm just running around here getting wisdom from the clouds. Hell no. I get homework every goddamn day. And with that, that's the end of today's show. Love you, Jay. I love you so much. Thank you for joining. Love you.
It's time to It's a new experience. Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? It's time to get some answers, baby.
Oh, now we getting real.
Time to get down. Spirituality. feel good now. Get real good. Take time to get real.
Until next week.